Hello everybody, time for a new shave. Whipping up some ML shaving supplies lime scent. I know the label is really crooked. That's life. Gonna add some menthol crystals to it. Something like that. I haven't figured out the amount to use so far. Haven't used that so much. I'm gonna use it much more this summer, spring and summer. And the dog is barking because there's another dog, of course, going outside the windows. Yeah, I'm gonna try this mentholated lime scent. See how this works. I know I put a little too much. There's a lot of soaps, lather there. Yes, and I'm gonna use ML shaving supplies de-eraser. Turn this handle myself and fix down that plates for myself. Gonna take a discussion about that later. With a Wilkinson sword. Gillette Wilkinson sword blade, cut from golden Christie. I'm gonna finish with Rituals Samurai. It's almost empty, the bottle. As you can see, there's just a little bit left. So let's start. The boar. The brush is the boar brush, ML shaving supplies, like that. From Strömberg design, Omega boar brush. It's early Saturday morning. Early, not early, but I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I woke up. Just wanted to do a shave. I wanted to do a shave yesterday, but was too tired. I have to try this de-eraser out more. I tested some things. Handle is the handle. There's nothing strange about that. But those bottom plates and top plates you can fiddle with, and I have tried this configuration. Should be very mild. Betta, det är bra nu! This configuration is very mild, if I'm right. So I told you I'm trying to figure out things. First thing, when I started to do these, or thinking about doing this de-eraser, it's just started like an idea. Can I do it? Is it possible to do it? Talk to some people and thinking how have the people that done these razors done before. I didn't. Almost immediately I didn't. Either I don't want to do a newer version. I want to do this old school version, like the super speed ball and razor. Sorry, that was the thing I was starting, because I'm working in mechanical workshop. We have different machines. We can machine a lot of things. So it's just to find out what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to have that kind of head. I just want to have a slim head. Somehow that wrong words maybe attracts, but I think they are beautiful. All the razors, the razors I got with different heads and so on. Beautiful is not that, but somehow I think they are beautiful, these old Baltic razors. So the head is very slim, and the first thing when I decided I'm going to do similar to that Baltic, took the ideas and to some measurements from Baltic. Is that right or is that wrong? I don't know. Is that copyright thing I've done wrong? I don't know. I don't think so. It's an old Baltic from 50s, so it doesn't look like a Baltic, so it's not that. In the head, it's very similar to a lot of razors. I was thinking, how have they done that? And I, as I told you, took some measurements. The base plate and the top plate is 2 millimeters. And I wanted to do it in stainless steel. There was no issues finding plates 2 millimeters. It's everywhere. I have connection to other companies, so know a lot of people. So that was not an issue. I can get it. What do you say? Cut with water cut? I don't know. But they cut it out in water with high speed. So that I knew I could get very easy. So I have to got a blueprint or whatever I call it. A print it. So they know how to do this. So I had a friend that works in another company, an old colleague of mine, and they have this water cutting machine. So I took some measurements and do a print of I can't find the words, not the blueprint, I don't know the blueprint, but let's call it the blueprint. The measurements, how I wanted him to cut these, and send them to him, and he cut that base plate and bottom plate. Now, afterwards, I have to contact him because there are some small adjustments I want to do. So Morten, I will contact you. That's the guy, Morten. I'm going to contact you, see if you want to do some more of these plates to me. And then, when that was done, then I have to figure out how to bend these things. Actually, not so hard if you think. You have a press, you press. You have, what do you call it? A rod, sorry, a big rod, different measurement, 2 different measurements. I think it's 550 or 60, different measurements of these rods. You just cut out that piece. And in my workplace we have a lot of metal rods, so or whatever you call these big rods. Just cut them and put the one bottom side of the rod, like, let's say like this. This is one of the rods, example, and then you turn another piece of metal that is bent like that. So a pipe, turn it so it's the right measurement, and then cut that pipe in the middle. So you have this pipe with thick walls. You cut that one in the middle and you got that part. So that part goes over that part. You understand what I mean? If this is the big rod, cut that part and that fits. So put that metal piece plate between that. Just use a press and press that together. And of course, it takes the shape of this and the top head, top plate or whatever you call it. Dice, of course, in Sweden. How you press that, you get that, angle, and you do that with the base plate, and you have that angle, and do the same thing with the top plate. But there's another issue with the top plate. Shouldn't do this right now, but it's the last pass, so let's do it. The bottom plate looks like this. It's not this bend so much. Very easy to do. When you got this top plate, of course I grind them, put them. Oh, almost cut myself because I hold that. You grind all these parts and polish them up, and then you bend them, and then you do the last polish at home. This one there is a lot more issues with. As you can see, it's bent. There you maybe can see it, but there is some tabs like that, and a screw. You have to put those tabs in the top plate, weld it from this side, weld it together like that. It's stainless steel, so not easy to weld. I'm a welder, so there was no issues with that, so I welded that. Just gonna put this together so I don't cut myself. I almost cut myself with when I was holding the top plate with a blade in my hand. Yeah, small. Can you see it there? Felt something. Yeah, well, and when you welded that top cap, these pins and the screw on the top side, and it's flat, you just grind that welding spots or welding parts away so there's clean metal, and then put that in the same type of dies with holes in that fits these pins and so on, and press, and then you get two different bends, because depending on how the radius of that pipe is, or not pipe, the rod, or whatever you call it, and then you have these finished. Then I can adjust. Yeah, then was that the first I did was, of course, grind them a little bit. Put them top cap, I grinded. Well, say it was like this. I grounded this part and did that part, so it went more bended and more slimmer. And did similar thing to the top cap, bottom cap, and that razor was so darn aggressive the first time I used a couple of days ago, as you maybe saw. It works, but it was really harsh, even too harsh for me. But I like blade feel, so that's not that. Oh, this fucking soap is too slippery. Then I start to think that why is that so darn aggressive? I think it have to be the grinding thing. By the way, really nice shave. Yeah, so I figured it have to be the grind. I'm not sure, but it have to be. I'm just going to do a quick rinse and keep on talking. Just a moment. Gonna use this, what do you call it, Allen stick. Yeah, I thought it would have to be the grinding thing, and did new base plate and bottom plate, just polished them and just rounded up these sharp points so they are not sharp on the face, because there are teeth and so on. And did this one that I used today, and this is very mild. No issues, problem doing 3-pack shave So I figure out that it's all just trial and error, everything. So I figure out that if I have just gonna rinse, and now it feels a little bit there. Yes, I figured out that it was the grinding that is the thing about how harsh or how rough or aggressive, whatever you want to call this, the razor is. So before I did this last video, I did a test and I used different bottom plates and different top caps and so on. I figured out that I can get 3 different Ritual Samurai 3 different aggressives. So this is the mild one, and if I change the bottom plate to a plate that is just a little bit more. Is it empty? Let's take everything. As you can see, there is nothing left. Oh, that was more than I thought. Shit, it doesn't matter. It's empty now. I don't have to use everything. I can take it on my arms too. Yeah, so I figure out that. So if I change the bottom plate and use the top plate as no, let's call it grinding, and the bottom plate is grinded a little bit, you get a medium. And if you grind top plate and the bottom plate, you got a really aggressive razor. I just have to figure out how much I can grind and how little I have to take. That's the thing I'm thinking of. I have some plates left, so I'm going to try that. Think I'm going to keep this as a mild razor and change the bottom plate. I don't want to do so much things with the top plate to grind that, because that's much more work. You have to do these pins, you have to weld them, grind them, much more work. Then the bottom plate is much easier to just grind off a little bit on the tips. But I'm gonna, if that's working, and I think that will work, I think I'm on the right way and I have control over this thing, then I'm gonna do some razors actually. Not many, but a few, and see what I'm gonna do with them. I just wanted to learn to do this thing, and it's really fun, so I think it's awesome. Okay, let's do a recap. Ritual Samurai, it's empty. It's bottle time to leave the building. Bow ladder, lots of ladder left with the ML shaving supplies from Strömberg design with a Omega boar brush, with a lime scented soap, crooked label, and I used a little bit menthol. Could use a little bit more, but it was just a little bit, but it was enough today. Finish with ML shaving supplies, the eraser. If you're interested, I can of course talk more about this with another part. I think I'm going to do it. If you don't like it or not, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out how to do these adjustments and have control over it. And when I have that, I'm going to do a video and talk more about it and show you more in hands how it looks and what I'm doing. And maybe in the future I can maybe do a video showing you how I actually do it from the start of when I got these plates, and how it looks when I weld it, how it looks afterwards, and how I do these pressing things and so on. If you're interested, of course, so that could be a tutorial how I do these things. It takes actually a little bit of time, not much time, because I think it's fun, but it takes several things you have to do before this razor is ready, and it's fun. I think it's really fun. So if you want to see that in the future, comment if you want. If you watched so long, because it's 9.5 minutes, I thought I would do a quick video today, talking about 10 minutes, but then I started talking, thinking, and now it's 20 minutes. So have a great, this is a Saturday morning as I told you, so have a great weekend, and we shall see you next time, whenever it is. Bye bye, so long, bye bye.